Porter Kindergarten. Mrs. Branham here. I have a story for you today. Earlier this school year we read this story, Bear Snores On. The author Karma Wilson and the illustrator Jane Chapman. And while I'm reading this story today, Bear's Loose Tooth, we have the same author, we have the same illustrator, we have the same characters. And so I want you to think while I'm reading what these two stories have that are the same, how are they alike, and what these two stories have that are different. So that's called comparing and contrasting. So I want you to talk to your parents today about how Bear's Loose Tooth is alike Bear Snores On and how it's different from Bear Snores On. So this is Bear's Loose Tooth. Again, the author is Karma Wilson and Jane Chapman. They're the authors and the illustrators of this story. Okay, I open it up. Oh, and looking at this picture, what season does it look like? There's a hint. This looks like spring, and in Bear Snores On, that book took place in the winter. All right, so we know our setting is going to be in the spring. So there's my title page, and now we're ready to read. From a cave in the forest came a munch, munch, crunch, as Bear and his friends all nibbled on their lunch. Bear savored every bite. He gulped and he gobbled. Then there in his mouth something wiggled and wobbled. As Bear nibbled food, something moved when he chewed. It was Bear's loose tooth. Bear pointed in his mouth. He said, "Oh dear, my tooth feels funny. It's this one right here." Bear frowned and he worried. Tears welled in his eye. But how will I eat if my tooth says goodbye? So Bear's worried about how he's going to eat if he loses a tooth. Have you ever worried that before? Hare said, "Open wide." Then he looked inside, and he saw Bear's loose tooth. Mouse squeaked, "Don't fret, don't fuss. Look, see, a new tooth will grow where the old one used to be." "We'll help," said Wren. "I know what to do. It's out with the old and in with the new." Wren perched on Bear's lip, and he got a good grip on Bear's loose tooth. Wren pulled on the tooth with all of his might. "Is it out?" asked Bear, but it stayed stuck tight. "I'm a bit too small for the job," said Wren, "so I'll grab the tooth." But the tooth stayed in. Oh, are they having any luck with the tooth? Not yet. They might need Nurse Jackie to come help. She's pretty good at that. Badger said, "I'll try," and he gave a big pry on Bear's loose tooth. Let's see if Badger gets it out. They all took a turn, but the tooth wouldn't budge. Then Bear used his tongue, and he gave it a little nudge. His tooth wiggled to and fro, and then, what do you know? Bear's tooth fell out. Bear danced a big dance. Bear grinned a big grin. Bear held up his tooth, and he showed all of his friends. Bear looked in the mirror, and he laughed at his smile. A new tooth would come, but it might take a while. That night in bed, right next to his head, lay Bear's loose tooth. What do you think's going to happen now? While he slept and he snored, a fairy fluttered in, and she left blueberries where Bear's tooth had been. Look, It's the Tooth Fairy. He woke in the morning and he found the sweet treat. Bear's friends came for breakfast. They sat down to eat. Bear gulped and he gobbled, and he felt something wobble. Uh-oh. What do you think's wobbling now? Bear's loose tooth. He has another one. So Bear lost tooth just like you boys and girls do. And if you haven't lost a tooth yet, then it's probably coming soon. But it's nothing to worry about. A new tooth will grow where the old one was. So talk to your parents about these two stories. Think about the characters and the setting and things that happened in the book. Some of these things had things that were the same, how they were alike, and some of the things in the stories were different. So talk to your parents about those things. I miss you and I love you, and I hope to see you soon.